In this lesson, we're going to take a look at how you would manage cookies using the plugin FireCookie. And actually, FireCookie has been rolled into Firebug, so we're really just going to take a look at Firebug and go to the cookies inside Firebug. I'm just going to bring up a website here, then I'm going to load Firebug and we'll take a look at it. I'm just going to go to Google. I know Google has cookies. And now I'm going to open up Firebug over here, and I'm going to take a look at the cookies. Right here, you can see the cookies that I've got. Now, immediately, if I go to this menu here, you can see that I could actually create a cookie, and I could remove cookies. I could also export cookies for this site, and it's going to give me a text file here, and I'm just going to export those. Now I've got a text file with all of the cookies in them. I can also open up here and see the cookie and see its value. And I could also do an edit on this. And it's going to give me a name, the host. I could do some playing around here. Do that, for example. And then, just for giggles, let's just change the cookie around. I could do that, for example. Now, one thing that I could do pretty easily here is if I've got a session cookie, what I may be able to do is copy the cookie out, and you could see I could actually copy this cookie here, or I could send it off to a text file, and then what I could do would be to create a cookie on another system and see whether I could use that cookie in order to gain access to the website using that cookie. I've got the ability to do some changing of how I manage the cookies. I could deny cookies from google.com, accept cookies, accept session cookies, and then I could break on this particular cookie. I could also delete this cookie, and you can see that that's now gone. FireCookie or Firebug actually gives us a lot of ability to manage cookies or manipulate cookies in particular ways. And certainly there are other ways of doing it, and you could go to the file system potentially and get into the database that Firefox, as an example, uses and manages its cookies in that way. Or you could just use a plugin like Firebug and go to the Cookies tab and just browse away to your little heart's content on the different cookies that are there. Now, different sites use more cookies or sometimes less cookies than others. Let's just take a look at Apple and see what kind of cookies that we get there. And you can see we cleared the tab out when we moved to a different site. We haven't loaded up the cookies yet, and now we've actually got the cookies loaded up. And you can see the large number of cookies that actually get set here. And we could actually change the orientation as an example. I could edit this cookie. And what happens if we change this orientation here? And then just go back to the site, do a reload. And in this case, it's probably not going to do much of anything. But I could change orientation and actually it put the cookie back to the way that it wanted it. So obviously that's not stored in any way. This is actually a session cookie now that I look at it a little bit closer. This is only valid for the session that we're in. If I look over here, I can see the path. I can also see the expires date and time on all of these cookies. And you can see that this one is good for actually just about right now when the cookie was actually created. I've got a lot of ability here to take a look at cookies and do a lot of manipulation, which may allow me to gain access in an unauthorized fashion to a system by maybe grabbing somebody else's cookies and inserting it into where I want it.